Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're looking at break-even analysis within the financial planning section of the A-level business course. All I ask for is to subscribe and like and share the video with your friends. So break-even, this is when a business does not make a profit or a loss. The total revenue is the same as the total cost. The formula is total fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. To work out contribution per unit, you just do the selling price, take away the variable cost per unit. That seems confusing, but I'll do an example now. So you have fixed cost, £3,000, variable cost per unit £5, the selling price for a shirt £25. So first let's find the contribution per unit. So you do the selling price, take away the variable cost per unit, 25 take away 5, which gives you 20. From there, you just now do break even divided by 20, which is 150. And that is how you find break even. The firm has to sell 150 units to break even. When you work it out, it's always in terms of units. So it's not like it's pounds or anything. You're not working out any value of money. You're working out how many units. That's what break even is. Just remember the formula. Break even equals total fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Then remember the contribution per unit formula. Now I have an example to your right of what a break even chart looks like. So the fixed cost is always a straight line from a given value. It's always going to be their fixed cost. Because if you think about it, that's always staying the same. So it's always going to be that. So here's £40,000. The variable costs are drawn from 0 and also the fixed cost line. So the yellow and green line on the chart are the same. Generally speaking, you don't really need to draw the yellow line. You always draw the variable costs from the fixed cost. So where the green line is true, you just draw the variable cost there. You don't have to draw it from 0. This is just done it a bit more extra. And the total sales is always drawn from 0. That's your revenue. And the units of output are always on the bottom axis, the x-axis, and the sales and cost are always on the y-axis, which is to your side. And as you can see, where total sales equals total cost, that's the break-even point, where the red arrow is. So just remember for a break-even chart, your fixed cost, always the straight line, revenue starts from 0, and variable cost, you could just draw it from the fixed cost line, where the green line on the chart is. The last thing we're going to look at is margin of safety and some pros and cons of break-even analysis. So margin of safety equals actual output take away break-even output. So actual output just refers to how many products you have produced, and break-even, obviously your break-even. So what it refers to is how many sales can decrease before a business starts to make a loss. The higher the margin of safety, the better, because it could do this by increase in revenue or decrease in costs. An example there, we see the actual output is 200 and their break-even is 150, so their margin of safety is 50 units. This means the firm can sell 50 items less before they start losing money. Those 50 items sold are the firm's profit, so if we reduce those 50 items, we are back at break-even. Hopefully that makes sense so far. Hence why the firm will start to lose money. And this is because if we go below the break-even, our total cost will be higher than revenue, which means we start making a loss and losing money. Hopefully that makes sense, and that's a very simple way of explaining it. If not, just rewind the video and listen over again. Make sure you also know the definition and the formula for it. Now lastly, we'll go over some pros and cons of break-even analysis. So the pro is that it's easy and quick to do. Also, it can be used to persuade sources of finance to lend the firm money. A low break-even point means the firm will be less risky, obviously because they can cover their costs easy. A firm can decide whether to launch a product. If the firm has to sell an unrealistic amount of products to break even, they are unlikely to launch it. For example, if you have to sell 100,000 phones just to break even, I don't think you would launch that. Then you've got some negatives. So break-even analysis assumes variable costs always rise steadily. This isn't always true. You might be able to buy in bulk and save some money. Another disadvantage, it's only made for one product. So if a firm has many products, it may be time consuming to do continuous break-even analysis. And lastly, it only tells you how many products you need to sell to break even. It doesn't tell you how many products you'll actually sell or give you a hint of how much you will sell. So make sure you know the definitions, the formulas, and the pros and cons on this page. And all I ask for is to subscribe and like and share with your friends.